All right, guys. Hi there. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. So was PowerPoint okay? First one that you went through?
I haven't started on it yet.
Oh, for shame, for shame. You don't,
I've been sick.
we don't admit those things. I don't know why it's doing that. Does anybody else have any idea why it's sounding like that?
Sometimes it's slow on picking it up while we read it.
That's not right.
Like almost.
All right, I'm getting there, guys.
Is it MCC Casey? For email? Still not the MCC Casey at.
Okay. I had Tamika and now I don't, and so we're gonna see if she comes back. Hopefully she will. All right.
Is that what that was talking?
I don't think so. I think that was Kanisha, right?
Yes.
Yes. I wasn't paying attention to see which square it went around because I was doing other stuff, but well, we'll see if she makes it. Okay. I failed to look to see how you guys were doing with your Outlook stuff and some of you guys still need to finish up some of the technology for success stuff. So I'm just reminding you to make sure you get out there and get those things finished up.
I want to.
All right, there she is. All right, Tamika, we got you, right?
Yes, I'm in.
All right, good deal. Good deal. Okay, so tonight we just have our start file and 2 support files. And that was not what I wanted. Okay, so our start file tonight has it's like a template. So it has all the slides already in it with some graphs and charts and content and stuff already put in there. So we're going to make some changes to that. But I've got to get you guys here so you can see my screen. There we go. And first thing I'm going to do is save as my new file name. So make sure you get that saved correctly. So we're going to use part of the presentation that's here. We're going to edit some things, make some changes to it. We'll delete some of the slides. And then our module this time is on enhancing presentations with shapes and smart art. We've used smart art in some of our other things, so you should be kind of familiar with what that's going to do. We are going to do some it's not transitions, animation to some of our stuff that we put in tonight. So all right, let me get to where we're going to start here. So if you're following through your textbook, the first thing that they have you go through and do, well, the second thing I guess is to search for and download an online theme. So that is how we get to what they've provided for us with this start file. It's an online theme that they've downloaded. So if you follow along with the instructions in your textbook, it has you download that from going through the online process of doing it. But we don't need to do that. We're just going to start with our start file. And the first thing we're going to do is go to slide 3. And we're going to select slides 3 and 4. So we're going to get slide 3 and 4. So now we have both of those slides selected. Then you can right click. What? Yeah, we can either right click on those to delete them, or you can just press your delete key. it will delete them.
So we delete 4.
Yeah, so you're getting rid of 3 and 4. So slide 3 is now the title and content layout with Smart Art graphic, and slide 4 is a blank one. So now we're going to click on slide 4, and we're going to hold our shift key down, and then we'll click on slide 9. And that selects 4 through 9. And again, we're just going to delete those. So we're not keeping a whole lot, but it kind of lets you see how you can select multiple of those. You could also select, like if I select these 4, I could drag all 6 of those up above. So you can rearrange things like that by using your shift and your control keys. So. Okay. Okay. So I think I showed you guys last week how you can increase your thumbnail view and then make it smaller. You can also, what was I going to show you? I don't remember. So we're in normal view. You can change to any of these other views if you want. If you're in the outline view, I'm sorry, you just see the text. Usually that expands that part of the window for you quite a bit when you go to outline view. We'll talk about some of these other views. But typically you're going to want to be in normal view, and then you can make your thumbnail version quite a bit smaller if you want to. It's just however you are more comfortable working with your what you have on your screen. So you can use your zoom button or your zoom option down here on the status bar to make it smaller or larger, however you want to do that. So that talks about that a little bit at the beginning of this. Okay. We're going to go to slide 1. And we're going to click where it says title layout. And we're going to change our title to conserve energy at home. And then we want to make this text size 80. So you'll have to increase it up to the 80-point font. Then we'll go to the subtitle and type save money and increase comfort. We're going to increase this to 28. We're going to go click on the slide title, and then we want to change our alignment to the align right. So right now it's left aligned or align right left. We're going to change it to align right. And then we're going to do the same thing with our subtitle. Then we'll go into slide 2. And we will create the information that we need on slide 2. So our title on slide 2 is going to be energy hyphen efficient products. So our first bullet point here is going to be all caps, Energy Star, and then back to lowercase, certified, all caps, LEDs, LED, and then a lowercase s. So that's going to be your first paragraph there. Press our enter key. And then we'll increase our list level by either using your tab key or your button up here in the paragraph section. And this is use 75% less energy than incandescent. I still spelled that wrong. Lighting. Then we will select that next bulleted item because we're going to make this back to that first level. Water sense, and sense is capitalized, but it's all one word. Water sense certified shower heads. We'll press enter and tab to indent. So a family can save 2,700 gallons of water yearly. And then we're going to select the text in that next bulleted item. Hot water pipe insulation. We'll press our enter key and tab to get our last line of text. Can raise temperature 2 to 4 degrees. We'll go back up to the first line. Are you guys doing okay, or do I need to let you get some stuff typed? Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go back up to the word star after star, where it says Energy Star in that first line. And we want our insertion point to be right, or just to the right of that R, and we're gonna come up to our insert ribbon, and we're gonna insert a symbol. And it should be set to normal, and we are looking for the, I gotta make sure I'm getting the right one. Yeah, the registered. So, I don't know, do they have us change that to, probably skipped past that. If you change it back to basic Latin on that subset, and then as we scroll down, goes through those. I'm probably going past it. Whoops, did I miss it there? Yep, that's the P. Oh, here's, we can use that one. I don't know, it looks different on their screen. There's probably a second one in there somewhere. I just skipped over it, but as long as you find a registered.
You said basic Latin.
Uh-huh. But actually it changes to different ones.
Basic Latin.
I don't know. The, oh, I'm sorry. We gotta go to this side to symbol. See, I gotta read the whole thing. So we need to change our font to symbol. There, that will help make us find what we're looking for better. Okay, there's symbol. And then, okay. Now, if you type in your character code down here, 226, that will take you to the registered trademark that you're supposed to have. And I will tell you, if it's not the correct one that matches up with what Sam's looking for, it will count it wrong. So read your directions better than I did. Yeah, if symbol is not the font displayed, then make sure you change it to symbol font. Then insert the symbol registered that we see. All right, so once you have it found, you'll do insert. It will keep the symbol dialog box open, so we'll have to click close to close out of it. And then you should see that your registered trademark has been entered there, right to just to the right of the letter R. Now, they have you do a copy and paste, but I will show you if you come past the E in WaterSense, that's where you're going to put your next R. If you go back up to the symbol, then it will be here in the recently used ones. So if it's not convenient for you to copy it, you can find it here very quickly again and just insert it that way. So either way, you can copy and paste it or go back and use one of the recently used ones. We used, well, actually, we typed in an email address in Word module 3, and then we removed the hyperlink. So we are going to actually add a hyperlink to a paragraph that we have. So we're going to select the energy efficient products, which is our title here. And then on our format, oops, sorry, that was not where we needed to go. Let me try that again. Because I got off of the wrong. There, insert. You're still in the insert tab. So you have energy efficient products. On your insert tab in the link section, there is the what looks like the globe with the little chain link there. So you're going to click this link button. And then we want to link to an existing file or web page. So that's already highlighted for us. And then we are going to where it says if there's any text down here where the address line is located, you'll need to erase that. And then we are going to type in www.energy.gov. And so our text that's going to be displayed is what we had highlighted. So you'll see that here. If you needed to change it to something else, you could, but we're going to link it to an existing web page. And then we typed in the address down here. So we'll click the OK. And you'll notice that that becomes a hyperlink.
How can you see the address?
The address is, and if you made a mistake in the address, you need to go back and do editing. You can go back here to the link again, and you should see it here somewhere. Mine's already selected here. So then your address is, all you have to type in is www.energy.gov, and it will put all the rest of that in for you.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to look at the Smart Art graphics. And like I said, we've looked at these before, but we'll probably do a little bit different than what we've done before. We're going to use the text that we just created, and we're going to convert that text to a Smart Art graphic. So we want to select these 6 lines of text that we put in the content section of this slide. So we'll have them all highlighted. And if your home tab isn't selected, make the home tab the active tab. And in your paragraph section, you'll see the button that says convert to Smart Art. So then when you click on that, you get the option of what layout you want to choose. We are not wanting any of these, but you can see as you go over them that you have that live preview available. So it will show you what they would look like if you were to choose one of those. We're going to go down to where it says more Smart Art graphics because we want to choose a different option. We're going to click on the list option over here on the far left side of the dialog box there. And then we want to choose vertical box list. And this is where you're just going to have to kind of match up the picture that they give you in your textbook with what you're supposed to grab. So on my screen, that is the second row, second column. Then you can click your OK button and you will see that it changes to now be set up to that list that we selected there, the vertical, what's it called? Vertical box list. Okay, so we'll come back to this. Now, I will tell you, when you just put in a Smart Art graphic that doesn't have anything in it, you will have this little text box kind of pop out here. And this is where you can do all of your typing. So you don't have to click in each one of them. You could just type this. When you press your enter key and tab, then it will create that in this case, the little gray box that goes behind. But you can always close out of this to get rid of it and just click in each one of these and type what you want as well, which is probably what I would do just because my brain works more that way. We're going to go over to slide 3. Now, this is a slide that already had the Smart Art graphic in it for us. We're going to go to where it says step 1 title. And we'll select that and we're going to type appliances. Our step 2 title is going to be Windows. And I'm triple clicking to select all of that, but you can also just click and drag through them if that works better for you. And then lighting is our third option there. Okay, the text pane is what I got rid of. So you can use that if you want to, but I got rid of mine. If you have gotten rid of your text pane and you're like, maybe I want to try that, you can have it put back in over here where it says create graphic. There is a text pane box and you can move that around to different locations. So if it's in your way in one location, it might work out better for you. But they have you go into, let me see. So if we go to appliance here, the first task description. Unplug when not in use. And then you can also click over here in the actual Smart Art graphic and type as well. Ask about rebates. So you can see as you type in the actual slide, it updates it in your text box over here as well. So either way you do it, it's whatever works best, whatever way you like to do it best. So for our Windows, seal leaks. that needs to be indented. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. See, this is why I just use one of them. So there we go. Try this. All right, seal leaks and then close curtains at night and winter. So for lighting, our task description is by LEDs. See, it tells me to press tab, but that's not doing what I want it to do. But even if I'm over here and I press tab, oh no, I pressed enter. It's not letting me tab. I don't know, I'm doing something wrong. Anyway, it doesn't really matter as long as you know how to get to where you went and you can get in there and change it. And if you start tabbing or pressing enter and you get crazy stuff on your smart art graphic, always remember you can do their Control Z or undo to get back to where it looked correct. And then you can start from there to make your corrections as needed. All right, so we're going to close out of our text box thing here. And then they want us to select all on our slide so that all 6 shapes in the Smart Art graphic are selected. So you don't want to get the title, you want to get what's down here in this section, okay? If you click inside one of them and then do Control A to select all, or it is I can't remember which one it's in. Control A is how I do it, so I don't know where it is otherwise, although I probably should. So select inside and then do Control All or Control A, because you want to have all of the little sizing handles around each section that we have created here, because we are wanting to bold all of these different parts of this Smart Art graphic. So as long as you see every one of them has their little outline around them for identifying each part of that Smart Art graphic, you have what we want. And then if you're on the home ribbon, you can click the B for bold. If you're not on the home ribbon, you can do Control B. You can move to the home ribbon and then choose bold. While this is all still selected, we are going to also go into our font section of our home ribbon. And there is the S that has the text shadow. So if you click on the text shadow, you probably don't see it a whole lot because your screen's kind of small. Whoops. But I can see here under my AIN that there's a black shadow showing there. Okay. Not the easiest thing to spot, but it is there. It needs to be there. You may decide that you want the layout of your smart art graphic to be changed. So a way that you can do that is go into, you have to have your smart art graphic selected. And then go into their, you can't see it because it's behind your screen sharing, but at the top here, it'll say Smart Art Tools, and you can have the design in the format tab. We are going to go into the design tab. And then in the layouts group, you'll see that our alternating flow is what's selected right now, and that there are different options there. We're going to click the more button so that the drop down option comes up to show us all of the different layouts that we can choose from.
So you want the design view? Okay.
Yeah, you need to be in the design tab.
Yeah.
And then if you put your mouse over these, you're going to see how they can be changed. And you might find that you like one choice over another as you're going through that. Okay. Target list layout is what we want. Okay, so why am I not seeing what I'm supposed to see? Oh, wait, I think I need to. Okay, why am I not seeing? Oh, wait, hold on. Current layout, expanded layouts. Oh, more layouts. I read all the way through. More layouts down here at the bottom, and that brings you back to your smart art graphic dialog box where we got to choose what style we wanted earlier. So now we're going to click on list, and you'll see all of these different options here again. And we want to choose this one that's labeled target list. So we'll click on that, and then we'll choose the OK button. And now you'll see that is adjusted, and you'll see the color scheme changes based on what our theme is. I'm sorry, what?
Is that all bolded?
It should all be bold font, yes. We're going to come up to the title section of this slide, and we are going to type in tips to save energy. So we have slide 3 selected. We're going to come up to insert. And we're going to put in a new slide. So we can just click our new slide here, and it's going to put in the title and content layout for us, which is what we want. If you needed to change the layout, remember you can come up here to this layout and change it to whatever layout you're needing. Okay, so the new slide 4 selected. Okay, so now I have slide 4 selected. And then I'm going to go to so we have slide 4 selected. We're going to go to new slide. We're going to use that drop down arrow that's at the bottom of that. And we are going to choose digital blue tunnel. No, that is not the right thing. I'm not in the right place. Why is this being so difficult? Okay. We are just, oh, okay. Digital blue tunnel is the design format or design theme of this. So there's where we see that. Okay. Then we're just going to choose duplicate selected slide. So now we have slide 4 and slide 5 that are exactly the same and have nothing on them.
So you just duplicate, select the slide.
Uh-huh. We're going to go to slide 4. Then in your click to add text, the content placeholder there, the one that says insert a smart art graphic, top row, last icon that's listed there. We're going to insert a smart art graphic, which brings up that smart art graphic dialog box that we can choose from there. On the left-hand side, we're going to choose the process. And then we're going to find the up arrow or upward arrow graphic. So it is in the second column, third from the bottom. If you scroll all the way down, it's third from the bottom, the upward arrow. Okay, now we're going to click the OK button to add that to our slide. We're going to click on the leftmost placeholder and type hourly pricing. Go to the next one that's up in the middle, peak time savings. And then the last one is going to be central, capital A, capital C, Central AC Cycling. Okay, so what we have here are just the basic setups of these different smart art graphics that we've put in. So we're going to go back and we're going to apply some different styles to them. So it's going to give it different color and jazz it up a little bit differently. So we want the smart art graphic, this arrow, to still be selected. And then we're going to go to Smart art styles that are shown here. And again, these are live previews, so you can just click them, see what they look like, and you're like, oh, I like the looks of that one. But they're gonna have us click the more button in case there's something we want to use that's not being shown. And they want us to use the powder style that's in the 3D area. So you can hold your mouse over them and find the one that says powdered or powder. Or you can look at the rest of them and see, but powder is the one that we want. So when you find that one, you can click it to select it. The nice thing about these live previews is if you think that's the one you like and you accidentally click on another one, you're just like, oh no, hey, I like that one better, you know. So for your purposes, you know, use those. For our purposes in here, just make sure you get the one that is asked to be selected for grading purposes. Right, we're going to go back in and we're going to insert a shape. And I will tell you right now, inserting shapes, sizing them the way that they wanted to be sized, to be graded properly in SAM is not the easiest thing to do. All right. So that's why if your instructions do tell you what size to make it, it's always a good thing to note that and make yours the same size. At least you have that going for you, even if you don't get it in exactly the correct area. But that's what the smart guides are there to help you with as well. We're going to go over to slide 5. And we want to change the layout to blank. So we're going to remove these title and subtitle placeholders. So we'll come over to the layout and we're going to choose blank so that it's just all black now. And then in your drawing section, you'll see the shapes. If you click your drop down arrow there, we are going to click the oval shape, which it might be in the recently used. You're not going to find one that says circle. It's going to be called an oval or maybe an ellipse or something, but you're not going to find circle. So we'll select the oval shape. And then they have you kind of come to the center of the slide. And this is where if you have a way to see the entire slide, maybe not that small, but you can, it's a little bit easier to find center if you can see the whole area of it. So they have us go to near the center of the slide, and we're going to click and drag so that our oval is not very big. Okay, now you'll notice that this is an oval, and by clicking and dragging, I think, hey, that looks straight, but maybe it's not exactly a circle. If you good grief, undo that. Let me try again here. If you're using it as you click and drag, you can hold down your shift key and it will increase it or decrease it proportionally. That will help you get an actual circle and not what looks more like an oval. So your shift key helps you do that. That's probably way too big, but hopefully it'll tell us the size here in just a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna make a trapezoid. So we'll come back to our shapes, and then our trapezoid is skinnier at the top and gets wider at the bottom.
If you move it around your line, the line will show you where it goes, so red dot lines.
Uh-huh,
If you move it around, it'll show you exactly where it is.
okay. So this one is in the basic shapes. It's on the first line there under basic shapes. So we'll click that one, and then
The very first one.
towards the right side of the oval, and then click to insert the trapezoid shape. So I just clicked, my trapezoid shape shows up. This is the size it is. We can increase or decrease it as needed. Okay, and then we want that to make sure that's to the right of our oval or circle. And then we're going to go back and we're going to get the arrow curved down. So we'll come back into our shapes and we'll go into the arrow section. And the arrow curve down is in the second row, the fourth option over. Corner of the left side, and then click insert to the arrow. All right, so we're gonna start over here on this side, and you can click and drag the pointer in the lower left corner of the side, and then click the insert arrow, curve downward shape. Good enough.
I was on shapes.
What?
That's on shapes.
Yes. And they're going to have you resize this. And this is where actual size helps so much, because there's only so much you can guess by looking at the pictures that they have in their textbook. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. Oh, we're going to select the trapezoid. We're going to hold down the shift key and then drag the lower corner handle until the shape is resized to the approximate size shown. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And that is what? How big is that? I don't know. It's not telling me what size it is. All right, so then I'm going to make my circle a little bit bigger. Yeah. Okay. And then you're going to need to make your arrow here a little bit bigger, but not too much bigger. Okay. So with our arrow, hold on, select the arrow shape. Okay. So we're gonna have our arrow selected, and then on our shape height, we want our height to be measured at 3 inches, but the shape width, let's see, the shape height. Okay. The shape height, I got my arrow here. And then I can go to, yeah, I gotta go to the. Wait, hold on, I gotta have it selected. You have to have your shape selected, and then it should be on your format tab. Okay, this is where you want the height to be set to 3. And the width, is 13.5. So you can type in 13.5, or you can use a little arrow up. Now, that's gonna run it off of the side of the slide. So you may have to move it back over to the middle of the slide, but that's basically taking up the entire width of your slide. And then we're gonna take the oval shape or the circle shape and change the height and width to 4 inches. So notice that mine is close. Mine's 2.55 and 2.58. So you can change it to 4 inches by 4 inches. And now you have an actual circle instead of something that's a little lopsided. And the height of our trapezoid is going to be 4, and the width should be 3. Okay, so if we go into the Home tab, in the editing group over here, this is where the select all is. I never use that. I'm always just Control A. But I knew it was there somewhere. I just didn't find it earlier. So Home tab, all the way over to the right, editing. Select all to get all 3 of those selected. And then I didn't do something right because no, I guess I just have mine placed in a different place. All right, so we are going to apply a quick style to all 3 of these. We want to change it to, so we'll go to our format tab. And then over here in our shape styles, we're going to use the preset styles that they have here. And currently we are in our theme, which is using the colored fill light blue accent 1. We're going to go down to the presets, and we're going to use the next to the bottom one, which is accent 1 with no outline. Nope, sorry, all the way to the bottom. Gradient fill light blue, accent 1, no outline. So they're still blue, they're just a gradient. So they're going to be a little bit lighter on the top than they are on the bottom. Now we can deselect them by clicking off to the side of some of them. All right, we're going to select our trapezoid. We're going to copy it, we're going to paste it, and we're going to take the new one and drag it over to the left-hand side. Control C, Control V. That's how I copy and paste. I don't ever use anything else to copy and paste. I do a lot of copy and paste in a lot of what I do. So,
So I need to click on the trapezoid.
click on the trapezoid, Control C, Control V. Now you got 2 of them. Click one of them, drag it over to the left. We're gonna click on the trapezoid that's on the left-hand side. And we're gonna type, remembers your preferred temperatures. So with the trapezoid selected, you should just be able to start typing. Members your preferred temperature. Okay. Oh, S, temperatures. Then we'll click on the circle, oval. Turns itself up or down. And then in the right trapezoid can be controlled from anywhere using phone, tablet, or laptop. Phone, comma, tablet, comma, or laptop. If it's not letting you type, try doing a right click and then edit text. And see if it gives you a place to. Whoops, that's not what I want. Exit edit text. Did it work? Did you get it?
Yeah, and to the alt text on all the way to the right hand side of the screen.
Oh, no, we don't want the alternate text.
No.
Uh-uh. Um. Okay, so which shape do you need to put text in?
Travel by the very first one.
The very first one? Okay, so try with it not selected. Click on something else and then right click on that. And then see, do you have edit text?
This is the edit alt text.
Okay, so can you double click on the trapezoid? And get an icon, a little I-beam? No? Well, dude, what have you done to the trapezoid? Right, right. Oh. Can you double click on the new one? There's your I-beam. Okay. So that is turns itself up or down. We'll type that there. Okay, now double click in one of your other ones. We'll just start typing. That's weird. Okay, so type that one. Okay, click on your other trapezoid. And go to insert. Now just start typing. Okay, so delete that.
Yeah.
Delete that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And then just take your other one and copy and paste it again.
So you do.
Control C and then Control V. And now you'll just have to change the that text. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but. Okay, so now we are going to. Click on one of the trapezoids, hold down the shift key and select the circle and the other trapezoid. So we don't want the arrow selected. Now we have all those selected, and so you can go to your home ribbon and click the B for bold, or you could do Control B using your keyboard. We're also going to hit the little S for text shadow. And we're going to change the font color to dark blue. And this is in the standard colors. So we'll come down to the standard colors and it'll be the next to the last one. It's the dark blue. And we're going to increase our font from 18 to 20. Now we'll click on to our arrow shape. And then on our format tab there, in the shape style, we're going to click the shape fill arrow. And we're going to change this to green. Down here in the standard colors, it's the darker green one versus the lighter green one. So we want to set that to green. Okay, we're going to use our smart guides now to align these things up on our screen. There is a section on this page in your textbook. It's called BTW, and it's changing ruler measurements. So sometimes things are set to centimeters versus inches. And so that kind of gives you an idea of how you can go. It's very frustrating. I can usually click and figure out how to do it. But it's very frustrating when I've been working on inches and then I get to somebody's and it's set to millimeters or centimeters or something. So just keep that in mind that you can do that, but it's not like a click. It's, you kind of have to dig down in and find stuff, but okay, there is a section in your textbook on aligning and distributing objects as well. So you can select things and line them all up on the left, line them all up at the bottom or the top. And so that kind of gives you some information on how to do that. We're also going to look at distributing them so they're spaced out evenly. So with slide 5, we are going to go to our view tab, which I can't see my view tab. Uh-oh, somebody sent me a little chat here. I gotta figure out where that is. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I'm going into the view here, and you're gonna click on guides in the show section, and that's gonna put the crosshairs across, so you can see the very center is where those 2 dotted lines match up. You can also put grid lines on if you want to. That might help you line stuff up. It's kind of annoying to work with those on all the time, in my opinion, but if you get to the part where you're needing stuff lined up, it might be helpful to have those on. Okay, but all you need to have on are just the ones that say guides, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do. You also want to make sure that the ruler is showing, and this will help you also be able to line your objects up a little bit easier.
Circle supposed to be dead in the center.
Is the circle supposed to be in the center? I can't remember. It's sort of, I can't remember if it's at the top or bottom or middle. Wait, okay. They do have you choose grid lines, but there is a way. Oh, no, we'll leave the grid lines on too. Okay, so we'll see all of this. All right, now. Okay, so if you are come out here between your slide, let me make this bigger. Okay, between your slide and your ruler over here on the left-hand side, you can put your mouse on that and you'll get a 2-headed arrow, and that's going to let you move that guide there. So they have us move it down to the 3-inch mark on the ruler. And you'll see on the screen there, it tells you that I'm at 3 inches. Now I'm 3 inches at the top, but it'll tell you that down at the bottom too. So if you're like, oh, I think I'm close, but it will tell you when you're at the 3-inch mark. So that is getting that to the 3-inch mark. And then the vertical one, we're going to drag to the 5 inches left of center. So we'll take our guideline up here that's at 0, and we're going to drag it over to 5 inches here. So now our center point is right here, where those 2 lines match up. Now we're going to drag the left trapezoid, so it's lower left corner. touches the intersection of the vertical and horizontal guides. So, I'm sorry, right here. Here is my number 3. Okay, so I'm going to click and I want my lower left-hand corner to be at the 5-inch mark and the 3-inch mark down here where they intersect. All right, see that? Isn't that fun? Now, they have us drag our vertical guide to 2 inches to the right of center. And then have the lower left corner match up with that 2-inch mark. Now, you wouldn't necessarily need to move your guide to that location because your 2-inch really is where this grid line is here. I don't know about this one. Yeah, so the 3 inches kind of has that grid line there too. So you wouldn't necessarily have to move these if you're using the grid lines also. But if you have the grid lines turned off, then this is one way that you can match those up. So we're going to select the left trapezoid, the oval, so you have to hold down your shift key, and then the right trapezoid. And then up here on our format tab, in our arrange section, we are going to choose the align drop down arrow. And then we're going to choose align to slide, so that it is going to take the left trapezoid and the right trapezoid, and it's going to take that selected area that we have, and it should align. Maybe not. What did I do? Click the align button and display the align objects, and then distribute horizontally. There we go. So that spreads them out. But why is what did I do? Did I miss a step where whoops, I gotta undo that. Did I miss a step where I was supposed to bring my circle down, or did I just? I probably did. I probably skipped it. It's probably supposed to be down here on this 3-inch line like everything else. And I just didn't do that. So if yours wasn't, they should be distributed between the left and right now. And then you can, we probably could do a, well, here you could do like align middle. Oh no, that goes between all of them. Align bottom. Distribute, oops. Okay, anyway. So if they're all selected, you want them sitting on that 3-inch mark at the bottom. And then you basically want them centered. So I missed somewhere where my oval was supposed to go to the center. Oh, they do have us go up to the middle. So we'll do align middle. So that pops them up to the middle of the slide. And then we are going to put the horizontal guide 3 inches above the center. So that's where you would take your guide here and go up to the 3-inch at the top. And we're going to use that to put our arrow and this is going to be at 6.6 to the left of center, which is all the way at the edge. So I don't know why you need the guides because that's where they are.
And move the bottom up to 3.
So it's going to be all the way to the left edge. And then the top of it should be at that 3-inch mark.
What was the 6 point what?
That is all the way over here at the left edge. That's what this one is right here. It goes all the way to the left edge.
Is that 6 even on yours? Or?
No, it's 6.6.
Oh.
6.66 to be exact. We don't want that, do we? Okay, so now we're going to flip the arrow. So we still have the arrow selected. We're going to click the rotate button. So here's our rotate. It's underneath the align. So we're going to click on that rotate drop down arrow and we're going to flip it vertically. So now it should be upside down. In our next section, we're going to change the stacking order. So a lot of times we don't think about that when we're making slides, but actually what we put in first is going to be farther back, and then what we put in next and next and next is going to be layered all on top of that. So we're going to change the order here, and we have an option of bringing an object forward or closer to the top, or sending an object backward. We could also bring an object in all the way to the front instead of just forward one layer, or we can send it all the way to the back. So we want the arrow selected. And then in our arrange section, if you click the send backward arrow, you'll see that you have the choice of send backward or send back. So send back sends it all the way back behind all the other objects, and send backwards just sends it back one layer. So we want to choose send to back. So we want that all the way back behind everything else. So you'll notice that it is in front of the circle and the first trapezoid we put in. But then when we copy and pasted that second trapezoid, notice that it is on top of the green triangle or the green arrow. So that's why when we want to send it all the way to the back, it's now behind all of those. If you only did send backward, then it's behind the one trapezoid, and then you would have to send backward again to get it behind the circle. Does that make sense? So you can do it all in one thing, or you can do it layer by layer if you're not sure how things were added. Okay, so this is how we want them selected or laid out. We go to our home ribbon, and over here where it says select all, you'll have all 4 objects selected. So you should see the sizing handles around the green arrow, and then the sizing handles around those 3 blue objects. Now that we have those all selected where we want them, we're going to go to our format button, And over here in our arrange section, we're going to click our group button, and then you'll see the option for group below that. What that has done is it's put them all as one unit. So now if I click on them, they're all selected at the same time, and I move them all as one unit. So this is helpful for if you do happen to accidentally move them, you don't have to take time to move every one of them back. You can just do your Control Z and get it back where it was before.
I'm sorry, I missed how to do that again.
So you're going to go to your home ribbon. And then you want to make sure you do select all. And they should all four have sizing handles around them. And then you're going to go to the Format tab in the Arrange section. There's a group button. Select it and choose group. Now, if you look at mine, because I went back through those steps again, you'll see that my option here is to ungroup. So if for some reason you're like, I see a mistake, I have to ungroup that to move it or do something with it, then you'll have to ungroup and then go back and regroup as you get it all done. Okay, now we're going to add 3 more shapes. A moon shape, the flow chart punched tape, and the sun shape. So you guys will have to help me make sure I get through all these written directions correctly. So, so we're going to go, we'll deselect what we have here. And we're going to go to no, sorry, I got to get to the right screen here. So in our drawing tools here, we need to select we can select that more. I'm sorry, let me click back on here. We're going to select your more. And then we want to find well, let me go to the insert one because that's where I'm supposed to be. Insert. Okay, insert shapes group. Okay, I don't think it matters. The moon shape. Okay, so here's our moon shape. The moon should be 1.5 inches tall and 0.8 wide. So you can fix those if you want to as you're putting them in. I did that wrong. 1.5. 1.5. And then this is 0.8. Okay, and then we're going to put in This is where I'm supposed to be, but I lost my format tab. So you have to have a shape or part of your stuff selected that is allowing you to see this format tab. This is what I was supposed to be seeing, but I couldn't see it because I didn't have the drawing tools format tab. That's where I was supposed to be to find this insert shapes. Because I did not have a graphic selected, I don't have that drawing tools format tab. So that's where I was having problems. But anyway, you can get to a drawing, to insert a drawing or insert a shape in many different ribbons. So that's what I did. And then I got my other part back here. So, all right, the next thing we're going to put in is, where did it go? In the flow chart section, we're going to use what's called the punched tape banner. So in my flow chart, it is on the second row, the fourth item over. So it just looks like a little ribbon banner type thing. And then we're gonna, you can click and drag it. And we want it to be 1.5 tall. And then the width is going to be 6.5. And then our last one is going to be the sun, which is in the section, where did it go? Basic shapes. I guess I probably could have just looked on here and seen.
It's right next to the moon.
Yeah. So we'll draw that one. And then we want it to be 1.5 by 1.5. Oops. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put our banner. We want it centered underneath our circle. So if you look here where I have mine, it's selected, but you'll notice that my center is not quite centered underneath with this 0 spot of the slide. So I can get my little guideline and see. It's not as easy with it being a black background, but that's now centered. And then they have us put the left edge is 3 inches left of center, and the lower edge is 3.5 inches below center. So I'm gonna have to get my computer plugged in here. All right, let me get to the right place here. I feel like I'm just going back and forth and getting all in the wrong spot. Okay, did we set the green to color the green accent? No. All right, So,
That star or son of me, that's 1.5 in height
yes, yes.
and width is
The sun is 1.5 by 1.5. Okay, so I skipped the part where we have to have these selected, and then we're gonna apply the light one outline, colored fill green accent 2 shape style. So we'll come over here to our shape styles. And we are going to choose the third style in the theme style. That's not it. This one. Light one outline, colored fill, green accent 2. Okay, that's what we want. All right, got that. I've resized them to that sizing should be. Align the banner so that the left edge is 3 inches left of center. And the lower edge is 3.5 inches below center. Okay, so you can take your guideline and go down here to 3.5 below. And then whoops, where did my guideline go? Oh, it's way over here. So this one should be at 3. So I want my banner to be at that 3-inch mark to the left, and then 3.5 from center. So like right there. The left edge is 3 inches. Okay, so my left edge over here is not. I think that's where it's supposed to be, is right there. Somewhere. My clue was my green was too close to my blue here, and there needs to be some space there. So probably none of us will get this right as far as it spacing out where it's supposed to be, but we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna click on the moon. And we want to bring it forward. Select the moon and click the bring forward button. And then we want to put it on top of the banner. On the bottom left edge. The right edge is 2 inches left of center. So here is our 2-inch line. So we want the right edge of the moon on that 2-inch mark. So about right there. And then the bottom of it is 3 inches below center, which should be at the bottom of the banner. And then we're going to put the sun so that the left edge is 2 inches right of center. So we want our left edge up there against the 2-inch, and then we want the bottom of it matched up with that 3.5 at the bottom. Now, if you don't get your stuff exactly where you want it, you can use your arrow keys to just move them a little bit if you're not getting them where you want them with the mouse. But okay, so this is approximately where they should go. The moon and the sun overlap the banner. on each end. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select all three of those together. So you can hold your shift key down and select each one of them individually. If for some reason the moon was still back behind the banner, you might not be able to select it, especially if it was the same height. Since part of it sticks up, you're able to do that. But that's why you want to move stuff in front so that if it's smaller, you can click on it and still select it. But what we're going to do is we have all these all of these put together, and then in our Drawing Tools Format tab, over here in our Insert Shapes section, we have the Merge Shape button. And we're going to go down and use the one that says Combine. And so when you do that, it takes that what's overlapped with green and I don't know, whatever it does when it merges that all together. So what was green overlapping green is now see-through. So now we're going to click. You'll probably want to deselect that, click back on the banner, and then you should be able to type a smart thermostat. Press enter. Works night and day. And we want both of those lines to be at 24-point font. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our View tab. And we're just going to take all of those guides and rulers off. We're going to go over to slide 4. And we are going to insert a star, a 7-point shape. So you can go to insert, you can go to the home ribbon. Those should both have the drawing shapes where you can go in. And you want to choose this 7-point star in the stars and banner section. And then we want it to be over here where this arrow is pointing to. So you can just click and it'll tell us we want it to be 3 by 3. So you can kind of guess. And then just change it to 3 by 3 in your size section of your ribbon, of your format ribbon there. And then we're going to put it where this part of the star right here is close to this arrow. So you can kind of see where that is in your textbook, probably closer to that right there. I don't know. Looks good to me. Okay, now we're gonna fill this star with a picture. So we'll go to the shape fill. This is on the format ribbon as well, the drawing tools format ribbon. We'll go to the shape fill and we'll go down to the picture option. And we're gonna do from file. And this is gonna be one of the pictures that we downloaded. So it's probably in your downloads. And this is going to be the bulb. So we'll click this support bulb picture and insert it. And now that is our star, the picture in our star. And yeah, it's kind of cropped a little bit, but that's because the star is a star. Okay, while our star is still selected, we're gonna go to the shape outline. We're gonna change the weight of the outline to 6 points. But I think we're gonna leave it the same color. No, we're gonna change the color to green, which is in our standard color. So we'll go to our shape outline and we'll go down here to the green in the standard colors and we'll select green. Whoops, maybe not. There we go, green.
I'll do it so big.
What?
Your line, the outline, why is it so?
Oh, because why is it so thick? You have to change the weight
All right.
to 6. Okay, now we're going to change the outline style. So we'll go here to the shape outline. And then we're going to go to the dashes. And we want to do the round dot. So I don't know, that's a square dot. That's a round dot. So it's the second option down is a round dot. Doesn't look very round to me, but hey, if that's what they want to call round, then I guess it can be round. We're going to have our this star shape still selected, and we're going to apply a shape effect. So right underneath the shape outline is the shape effect. And guess what? We're going to do the glow effect because we've never used the glow effect before this semester, have we? Glow. And then we want 18-point green. So that's color 2, all the way at the bottom, the biggest outline of glow you can get. We are going to rotate this. So we're going to click here on our rotate arrow, and you can see you can rotate it vertically or flip it, but we want to rotate it to an exact number. So we're going to click the more rotation options. And then over here in our format picture, it's not the navigation pane, whatever, task pane over here. You'll see the rotation is set to 0 degrees. We are going to rotate it so that it says -15. So you can use your little down arrow to -15, or you can just type in -15 and it'll get to -15. Now, if you are like me, you're looking at your textbook picture now that it's rotated. Oh, wait. Yes, I gotta get to the right one. My alignment is off a little bit because this arrow should be pointing like to the middle of where this green is where that crease is there, but where those two, whatever that part of the star is that meets. So this arrow is pointing to the innermost part of where that goes. Does that make sense? I don't know. But that way you kind of get it a little bit better way of matching it up with where it's supposed to be, since there's really not a exact knowledge of that. All right, we'll go to our title, and we're going to actually give this a title: Manage Your Energy. All right, we're getting close to done. We're going to put in another shape, and we're going to make some formatting changes to that. So we're going to go back to slide 1. And we are going to insert the rectangle top corners snipped. So again, here in our shapes, we're going to go to the rectangle section, and then we want top corners snipped. So this is the 4th one in. And then we're going to create a shape which is 2.2 by 2.2. So again, you can kind of get close. And then we will go to the Format tab. And, oh, I was close there.
You said 2.2.
2.2 by 2.2. Once we have that set, then we are going to fill this with a picture. And now you might notice that because I still have my format shape pane open over here on the right-hand side of my screen, that I can do a picture or texture fill from this right over here. So since I can, I'm going to take you in to do a picture this way. Notice that we get that same picture that we just had. So we're going to choose a different one. We'll click on the file. That'll open up our insert picture, and then we can choose the house and put that in. Now it's going to be on its side. So we need to rotate that. Okay.
I tried to do mine the regular way. And putting my picture in the middle of the. It's not inserting it into the.
Oh, you tried doing it here?
Yeah, I went to insert.
Okay. Oh, you went to insert. Probably because you didn't have your thing selected. If it.
I was selected. And I went to insert. Pictures. Select the house. Insert it, and you put it in the middle of the page.
So do you have the light bulb?
No, I don't have a light bulb.
Okay. Okay, so here's my thing here. So I'm gonna go to insert, picture, get the house, insert it.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay, so then we must have to do it this other way because, but
I closed that page. Can you reopen it?
okay. So the way that you'll get, what you could do is right click on the shape and do format shape. That should pop back up for you over there. No?
It's the same, moving here, copy here. Maybe I gotta choose off this one.
I'm trying to put in,
Uh-huh.
I got mine in there.
I have move here, copy here, and cancel.
Well, what are you doing?
Breaking stuff.
Okay. No.
Well, let's look over here.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. No, it's not gonna- Okay, go to your, that one, have that selected and go to, click on, is your format tab, no, click on the format tab, design tools format tab. There you go. And now choose. Go to shape fill. Go down to picture. There we go. Yes. Took me a little bit, but I got it figured out. Okay. Okay,
Remember that, 'cause I know it's gonna be on that part 3 somewhere.
okay, so. Let me go in here and I'm going to get my picture. My house, and I'll insert that. All right, so now that's here. We are going to rotate our picture 90 degrees for our, so you can do it that way. I just did, but I don't think I got it exactly 90 degrees. So you can come here and you can rotate to the right 90 degrees. That's in your ribbon up here in the arrange section, rotate it 90 degrees. And then you're going to go back and you're going to flip it vertically so that your house is at the right side up. Okay. All right. Now we're going to add the 3-point outline of a square dot and then a glow 11-point green accent color to glow. So while we have it selected, we're going to go to the drawing tools format tab. Go to our shape outline. We are going to change the weight to 3 points. Then we're going to go back to the outline. We're going to change to dashes. And we want the square dot, which is the third one down. And then we're gonna go back to the shape effect. And we're gonna do glow, green. What did I say? 11. This one is 11.
Dashes,
3-point for the weight,
Square dots.
square dots for the outline, and then glow 11-point, which is the next to the last one. It's not 18 is the very biggest one. Okay, now we're gonna go back to our view and we can put our grid lines on. And we're gonna move our picture of our house so that the bottom right corner is at 6 to the right of center and 3 below center. So you'll probably have to have your rulers on too. So here's the 6-inch right here. So we want the edge along the 6 and the bottom is 3. Oh, come on. Why can't I get my? Oh, it's already down here. Hello. Here's the 3. And here's the 6. Sometimes I think that's easier if you don't want all that grid line stuff there. You can just do that line and that line. Okay, so now we can take our grid lines and guides and ruler. Well, I don't know, you can leave the ruler on if you want to. But when you print your slides, a lot of times they'll have a footer in them. We're gonna go to our insert ribbon, insert tab, and then we're gonna click on the header and footer button. And then if the notes and handouts are selected, make sure you click the slide tab. And then we're going to click where it says date and time. And right now it's set to fixed because there's a little dot selected there. And then we're going to type in that October 1. Then we'll click the slide number, check mark, and the footer check mark. And then we're going to type Greenish Street Corporation for the footer.
Greenest.
Greenest, Greenest. And we're going to click the other checkbox that says don't show on title slide. Okay, then we're going to click apply to all. And you will see, if you go to slide 2, that you now have your footer, the date, and the slide number showing.
Is that, okay, yeah. Like the one October, close, but I guess it's like
Okay, so if you need to do any editing to your footer, you'll go to your design tab. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Slide size, custom slide, the side of your size of your slide. Okay. So if you need to set this to a specific width or height, this is how you would do it. Not, okay, never mind.
that would be the whole slide,
That would be, huh?
that would be the whole slide.
If you, well, it depends on like your resolution of your screen and stuff that you're using, what size of slide. If you're on a standard, I don't do resolution stuff. The techie people would have to figure that out, but that's where you could go in and make it the widescreen, or depending on what screen you're using to do your presentation. So you may be setting it up on a small laptop screen here, but when you're doing a presentation, you may need to adjust that for how it's going to fit. That's what that is talking about. Okay, we did some slide transitions last time. So we're gonna go to the transition tab. Okay, we're gonna click our more button here to get more options. And then we are going to choose box. So that's what your transition will look like. Then we will come over here to the effect options.
Here we go. I was on, hold on, because I couldn't find a box for a minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, box is kind of hidden down in there. You have to go into the, I usually tell you,
It only does it on that first, slide.
well, because that's the only one we moved from 1 to 2. So when we go to others, yeah, you do have to go to the exciting section. I'm sorry, I should have said that. So then we have that transition set up. We'll go into the effect options. And then we're going to do from top. So now instead of it going sideways, it's going to do from the top when it does its transition. So it'll go from 1 to 2 from the top. The duration arrow over here in the timing section is set to 1.6. That's 1.6 seconds, and we're going to change that so that it's set to 3. So now if I preview this transition, you'll see that it goes slower, because instead of going in 1.6 seconds, now it's taking 3 seconds to make that transition. So if you want them to go faster, then you have to set it to less than 1.6.
Now, is this supposed to, so was I supposed to do that on slide 2, starting on slide 2 instead of slide 1?
We were on slide 1 when we did it, but we're gonna click this apply to all. So it will apply to all of them anyway. So now if I go back to slide 1 and I do my slideshow, here's slide 1. And then slide 2 will come down and slide 3. And so they're all taking those 3 seconds to come in from one to the next. Kind of fun, huh? If you have the time to waste with going through all of that.
About an option, you wanted us to just have the option to put it at 3, or that's what a thing we need to put it at 3?
You need to put it at 3.
Okay.
Yeah, your duration needs to be set to 3. And then you'll have to make, if you already did apply to all, you'll need to make sure you go back and apply that duration to all as well. Okay, so if you haven't saved for a while, it probably is a good idea to save. And then you can go ahead and submit this. And see how you're doing. We will have class next week and we'll do module 3 of PowerPoint. And then on the 3rd of May, we will have our last class where you'll do your PowerPoint exam. And then you can talk about any questions you might have with the final exam stuff. But then we'll be out of here. Okay. But you guys can always call me during final exam stuff if you're having issues with any of your projects that you're doing for that. Okay. Which is probably why my phone is going berserk up here, because I have an 8-week class that ends today. So if you've been hearing it buzz, that's probably why. Okay, Kanisha, you're the only one that's with me still. Are you good?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm okay. I wanted to talk to you though to see if I could get until midnight to turn in what I can for the unit 1 of PowerPoint, because I haven't even been to work the past 2 days.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can adjust that for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, well, we'll see you next week then. Let me know if you
Alright.
need anything.
I will.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye. Stop sharing.